Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about my favorite ebook reader, which is the Kindle Oasis. The one I have is the 2nd gen one, or 9th generation as Amazon calls it. But the one I have is the 2nd gen one. The latest one is 3rd gen, which has really minimal difference compared to the 2nd one, as they remain the same chassis, same port, and same basically everything other than the color temperature control. So today I'm going to share about my experience in using it, and as a convert from using the Kindle Paperwhite to a Kindle Oasis. So first thing first, why an ebook reader? Alright, this is my Kindle Oasis, and I was reading about Steve Jobs' biography, one of the best books ever written. So compared to the real book, it can hold a lot of books, literally a mini library of books, and you can read it everywhere, in a subway, in MRT, in a train, in a car. And as I mostly like to lie on my bed. I love to sleep and I love to read, so I love to combine both of them together and read. So I just lie on my bed and read, and you can't really do this with a conventional real book because it's heavy and you need to flip it. It's really hard to flip, and mostly when the lights get dark, you just need to do something else. You need to turn on the lamp, or you just go to somewhere else to read. But with an ebook reader, it has a light. It has a light to it, so you can just read it anywhere, anytime, anywhere you like. And so this is it. It's the advantage compared to a real book, and you can get them books really easy compared to conventional books, because you don't need to go to the library or go to a bookstore. You can go to Amazon, you can go to the internet, so or you can just pirate them. All right, you can download them illegally. So whatever it is, you just get all the books you want to read, and it's really convenient. And then you will ask, why not my phone? Why not just read on my iPhone? Because unlike a normal phone, a ebook reader has a really sophisticated but actually a old technology called a e-ink display. So when you don't use it, it just comes to like this. It's black and white on this. So the newer one has colors, but those are really not mature yet. So it comes to black and white. It doesn't refresh like 60 times a second or 120 times like a normal display or LCD. So it refreshes really slowly, and it only refreshes when you want it to refresh, when you type it or just touch it. Otherwise it don't refresh. So it's really easy to the eyes. It doesn't really have any flickering or intense blue light like from a smartphone. So you can read it for a long time, for 5 to 6 hours easily. And a lot of good bookworms, intense bookworms like me, when I want to read something, I just read it for the whole day, 10 to 12 hours. And reading that on a smartphone, it's really intensive. Also nowadays we have really big battery capacity smartphones, but they can't really just get you going for 12 hours. This can do it easily, and a charge of this lasts for at least days. I can read it for days before I need to charge it. So this is the advantage compared to a cell phone. So you can not only read books, you can read journals, you can read web articles, you can read comics too, if you know how to get them from Amazon Japan. So internet article can be sent from your phone or laptop to the Kindle easily with apps, and you can also send texts and books from the app too. So owning something like this is really independent from just reading stuff on your laptop and on your phone, because it's really easy to read stuff here. A lot of the times I find myself not wanting to read long from articles on my phone anyway, because they're really tiring to read because of the lights and everything. But the moment I just send them over to my Kindle, I'll read it because it's really comfortable to spend, you know, half an hour on the Kindle compared to phone. Although our eyes, they are already, you know, used to all the monitors, TVs and smartphones, I still found myself really don't enjoy reading on a screen or monitor. I enjoy watching stuff, but not something that's like a text. I still prefer, you know, send them to my Kindle, get on a couch, get a cup of tea or coffee, and just start reading, or just get into my bed and read for a whole day like a literal bookworm. It's really enjoying, and one of the core experience of owning a ebook reader is just like you can do it easily everywhere. Also your toilet, if your bathtub, if you want to do it, it's doable. Alright, so we come to this. So this is a flagship ebook reader, a Kindle Oasis, which costs at least $250 compared to something like, you know, Kindle Paperwhite, which is like 120 USD. What is different? So first thing first, those are made of plastic. This is real solid slab of aluminum, which you can see. It's just screams premium. It's just a slab of modernity. Its design language is unlike Apple, but it's used a lot of aluminum. It's more bronze, you know, so it's really solid, and I don't think you can destroy this. This is the, you know, Nokia 3310 of the, you know, modern era. It's so solid. I drop it from my chest, it just survived. It has a thing on it, and the whole thing still feels like new afterwards. And I have had this for a year already. The glass and metal combination of this just makes it durable, and it gives you confidence that it will last forever, just like a real book. And then we come to another thing which makes a lot of people want to switch from, you know, something basic like a Kindle or a Kindle Paperwhite to a Oasis. It's the buttons. So this thing is a game changer. If you are reading, if you have ever used an ebook, you will realize how important these things are, because the button enables you to just flip the pages instead of just keep tapping on the Kindle to, you know, when you read something, just tap something, tap the page to flip the page. This doesn't. You can just click on the button to change the page. It looks simple, but it changes the experience tremendously. All right, if you read a book for 1 hour, you will need to flip for at least 5 to 10 pages for a minute, and you need to just keep tapping it. It gets boring once you need to read a book for weeks. So with the Oasis and the buttons, you can just flip pages easily. Or if you don't want to flip it, or if you don't want to tap the buttons, you get bored, you can just tap the screen. It's easy. And then the form factor of it, it has the glass on it, and it's really mini compared to the paper. The Paperwhite is longer, but this is shorter and flatter and more square, so you can keep it easily, and basically it just looks prettier. And then as a former white Kindle Paperwhite owner, the white version of the Kindles, they just get yellow easily after a year or two of usage. So having aluminium, and it still looks like new after a year of usage. It's a blessing. Overall, it's such a improvement compared to a Kindle, where if a tool, you don't need to really use it, you can just chip out. But a ebook reader to a bookworm like me, I just use it quite a lot, and I spent a lot of time on it, so it's really worth to get the extra upgrade compared to, you know, something lower tier like a Kindle Paperwhite. But it's not without negative. So compared to the Kindle Paperwhite, the battery life on this is way worse. Alright, I think the battery life on the Kindle Paperwhite it's longer because of the shape, and then they can fit more battery life in it, which in the Oasis they want to make it slimmer and easy to hold. So they only put the battery here and that's all. So it can't really last a lot compared to the Paperwhite. It's still alright. It's still way better than smartphone, which I find it's alright then. And then on the Kindle Paperwhite, because it doesn't have like a glass layer, you can just put a slab of glass screen protector on it and you can get a really good, you know, how do I say, a air gapless experience compared to the Oasis, where the glass on this has a very apparent air gap with the e-ink panel. You can feel it. So when you're reading it, when you turn it on and you get to some text, you can see that it's not really like putting the text on your face, unlike on the Kindle Paperwhite with the glass screen protector. So that's all the negative I can find with this thing. And also it's waterproof, so you can just bring it around, throw it around. It's safe. Alright, should you get the perfect Kindle Oasis? Before we have a apparent answer, let's talk about who shouldn't get one. The first gang of people would be those kind of people who can't really read electronic books. They want to read real books. They need to flip the pages, they need to have the smell of the pages, they need to feel the weight of the book. Those kind of people, they are made for ebooks or this era of electronic books. The second kind of people are the people who have experienced it. They do accept, you know, consuming medias and reading on phones, laptops or iPad. They try out the cheaper Kindles or the Paperwhite. They just can't deal with it. Getting the Kindle Oasis won't really change the experience, because a cheap Kindle is 80% the experience of using a Kindle Oasis. So these two kind of people, they should just look for something else. Alright, look for real books. Alright, so this one I have here, this is the second gen Kindle Oasis. So I wouldn't really recommend getting it now because of how rare the user community of the Kindle Oasis is. There are really very few used and cheap Kindle Oasis 2 for sale. So basically what you can get on eBay, they are practically new. So you might as well get the third generation Kindle Oasis with more features and, you know, color temperature control that will make the reading experience better, because it can change the whole thing into a warmer color, make it feel more book-like. Alright, so get that one, unless you saw it on some flash deals on Amazon refurbished, where it goes to like half the price of a new Kindle Oasis, or similarly to the price of a Paperwhite, then get it. Otherwise, stick to the new one. Anyway, for what this is a great device for all the book lovers out there. Whenever I use this, I read a book, alright, like a real book. I read it, I finish it, and I kinda don't have any books to read anymore. Basically, I just chuck it around, leave it around for a few months or a few weeks, and I come back in when I have something new to read. And it's just there, it still have charges. I just put the book inside or download the book again, and I just keep on reading it. It just feels like a real book to me. If this isn't a real book, I don't know what is anymore. Alright, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.